So what are the negative effects of mass immigration on the trucking industry? Immigration is a huge topic right now, so why not do a video on the negative effects that it currently has on all of us in the trucking industry? We all know how easy it is to get a Class 1 license. I mean, what are we talking about? 8 to 10 week program in the US and 3 to 4 week program here in Canada? What does our world come to? Really? To drive 80,000 pounds on the highways, it takes 3 to 4 weeks in Canada to get licensed? All right, so in today's video, I'm gonna try to dissect and give you as many points that are in my head about why immigration is really bad for trucking. Number one, we all know what the pay rates are like. I mean, 65 cents per mile is currently what long-haul truck drivers are getting paid right now. I mean, van reefer, long-haul truck drivers, whether you're in Canada or in the US, you're getting 65 cents per mile. I don't know if you guys noticed, but those pay rates haven't moved in a while, in a long while. Yeah, we had that little spike, post-COVID where I saw the rates probably going up to 70 and 75 cents per mile. But right now, I mean, they're still at 65 cents per mile. And I can honestly say that back in 2020 and 2019, pay rates were the same for truck drivers. So you need to understand that the pay rates are not going to go up as long as there is an influx of truck drivers coming into our industry. So let's talk about point number two, is increasing job competition. So mass immigration definitely increases and puts a strain on competition. So if we have 10 vacant positions, we get a lot of emails with drivers wanting to apply for it. If there wasn't a lot of newly licensed drivers or as many newly licensed drivers, it would be harder to fill in the seats, just like it was post-COVID. So mass immigration definitely takes away from the current industry or the drivers that are currently in the industry. Third thing, truck driving schools, So in truck driving schools, when you have an influx of mass immigration, you definitely see the lower training standards. So as they are more busier, the standards go down. When they're less busier, there's actually more the one-on-one training, the smaller classes, smaller groups. Right now, unfortunately, there is thousands of truck driving schools here in the GTA, and I can honestly say, with the program being 3 to 4 weeks to get a Class 1 license, I mean, it is a joke. There's not much that you can teach in 3-4 weeks. I mean, maybe you can teach a lot of theoretical, but practical driving behind the wheel, not a lot you can get done with. All right, fourth thing, and this is a big problem, So it definitely increases turnaround in our industry. So think about it. You're coming to Canada, you're coming to the US, you don't know what to do. You see that there's a program that is, 8 to 10 weeks in the US and fairly good wages. I'm going to go become a truck driver. But their heart and soul does not lie within trucking. That's not what they want to do. They just do it because it's the easiest thing to do. I mean, they're not getting into real estate. That's already a 6-month program. They're not getting into plumbing. That's 2 to 4 years. They're not becoming an electrician. They're not becoming a welder. A mechanic also takes about 4 years. So what else are you going to get into? Well, you know what? Trucking doesn't pay so bad. Everybody talks about it, and it's the fastest thing that you can do to become a licensed Class 1 driver. It's not good for stability. It's not good for us trucking companies, and it's definitely not good for the people out there that are really in this for the long run. Now, point number 5, carriers can definitely get away with lower wages when it comes to immigration. Let's say ET Transport, we had, 4 applicants. 2 drivers are seasoned drivers, they would expect 65 cents per mile. If somebody is new to the industry, only has 6 months or 8 months, and you are willing to accept newly licensed drivers, well, you can get away with paying them 50 and 52 cents per mile, especially within the first 6 months or 8 months if you're willing to take that risk. So we here at ET, we have a policy, minimum 3 years. We only want the seasoned guys. We only want the cream of the crop here, but there's a lot of trucking companies out there that are willing to hire newly licensed drivers. Definitely you can get away with lower wages when it comes to the carriers recruiting newly licensed drivers, or I would say immigrants. So that's point number 5. There have been some articles of recent about employers taking advantage of the LMIA program here in Canada. And also there was one, I think, in the US where drivers in the LMIA programs, there are some really good companies out there, and there are some horrible companies out there. Now you can see here from this article, when you are sponsoring somebody to come to work in Canada or in the US as a Class 1 driver and they have a closed work permit, there is a lot of issues around that with driver complaints. I mean, yes, there are some great companies out there, but there are also some companies, horrific companies out there, which practice, wage deductions. In this article that I read, I mean, the drivers were complaining about wage deductions, not paying for layovers, forced driving time when injured. Drivers are driving unsafe vehicles. I mean, the article goes into a lot of things of what these foreigners felt when working for a Canadian company. I mean, so is mass immigration good or bad for the trucking industry? In my opinion, mass immigration is not good. I don't believe that there is a driver shortage. I believe that there's definitely a problem with retention. I believe that, drivers should be, based on inflation, and for the last 18 years that I've been in this industry, I truly believe that drivers should be getting paid around 95 cents per mile. The cost of living has significantly gone up. I mean, the average cost of a home in the US, $250,000 when I started in the industry in 2006. I think the average price of a home right now is close to about $500 in the US. But I can honestly say that the driver salaries have not doubled since I've been here in the last 18 years. I'd love to hear what you guys think about mass immigration and its effect on trucking. If I missed some points, I'd really like to hear what you guys have to say. I know the negative effects here in Canada. I do read a lot about the negative effects in the US, but I'd really love to hear from you guys on what you think and if it's a good thing or a bad thing for our industry. I'm Ronen, and I'll catch you in my next video.